Click the button.
Click the button. Oh yeah, there we go.
No cold start today.
Oh, howdy
Sitting there
everybody.
staring at it like, what the fuck are you gonna do?
Well,
Howdy everybody. Welcome back to Lorecast Eternals. My name's Phil.
my name is Mitchell.
I am Jacob.
I am Matt.
There we go.
What was
I'm
that?
just swallowing water as I was talking.
It's like, and all of a sudden Matthew has dropped an octave, and it's like that's not normal.
This is really weird because we're not doing a pre-ramble of this episode.
Yeah,
Oh.
we got caught up doing some important stuff, and we were like, oh wow,
Holy crap.
it's fucking 11 o'clock.
We
and-
are, in fact,
Is it really?
irresponsible 30-year-olds.
Jesus, yeah, it
so.
is.
Yeah, we've made mistakes. Anywho,
Yeah.
We're not going to talk about that. But we're here. We're doing book 4 of the Dawnbringers Crusades. It is called The Mad King Rises. Before we hop into that, we have just some announcements, per usual.
I'm pregnant.
Philip's the father. Anywho,
I hate all of you. Moving on.
Mitchell, you want to give the announcements because I am blank because my brain sucks and now I can't remember them.
So by next episode, we're gonna have all the Patreon stuff set up
There we
on
go.
the Discord. Sorry that we don't have it this go around.
Life happened as per usual.
Yeah. And we're gonna try our best to actually have that set schedule so you know when we're recording.
There was a moment where like, yeah, we have it set up, and we're like
I think this episode got delayed 2 or 3 times.
2 or 3 times.
We're just like, God damn it.
But no, yeah, we'll actually thank you for doing the. I remembered it when you were talking. I appreciate you doing that. But yeah, we'll definitely have a schedule for when we're recording because it'd be kind of weird to have a whole thing where it's like you could hop in this channel while we're recording and then we just never tell anyone when
Yeah.
we're recording the episodes.
And we're really trying to finish the Dawnbringer Crusade so we can actually have people recommend episodes again. Because I want to get done with this.
Yeah, I think this is book 4 of 6, so we're
I'm
closing
so
in.
fucking tired of these goddamn
I know.
wheels.
It did. Book 3 was worse. It didn't get much better in book 4.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
I hate to say it, but the wheels won, and it kind of pisses me off.
right, it's pretty bad when it's like, did the protagonist win? Unfortunately. But yeah, so we'll have hopefully all of the new Patreon stuff up and running by next episode with a schedule. And then once the Dawnbringer Crusades are over, we will have the voting back online because we will be done with this book series.
Cannot wait for that.
Okay, I was like, did I say something wrong?
My hip just hurts.
No, that's fair. Surgery will do that to you.
Yeah. Guys, I had hip surgery.
Yeah, that happened.
Speaking of
too.
the life,
I
that
lived
happened,
here for a week. Is there anything else that I'm forgetting?
No.
Cool. Let's talk about wheels.
Cool.
Beyblade,
All right.
Beyblade, let it.
Die. Let it fucking die.
So, this book was actually different, surprisingly, from the other 3 books that came from before it. So the other 3 books all started in Akshi and then finished in Kiran. For whatever reason, this book's backwards. It starts in Kiran and finishes in Akshi, but I'm going first. We're doing Akshi.
And quick recap of what happened at the end of 3.
So at the end of 3, on the Akshi side of things, fucking wheels.
Oh yeah, I remember. Me and you were kind of having a conniption about that, weren't we?
Oh, yeah. Basically, the big thing to note about the end of the Akshi Crusade in Book 3 is that they are joined by the Black Talons,
Yes.
and they make peace with the Edeneth Deepkin. I almost said Sea Elves there for a second. I was like, wait a minute.
I
Just
mean,
call
you're
them
not.
what they are. Sea elves.
Wasn't there also something with Hammerhand in book 3? Like, didn't he show up for a brief second?
Vandus Hammerhand?
Vandus Hammerhand, yeah.
Yeah.
Or was that book 2?
That was Book 2, and that was in Giron.
Honestly, they're all starting to merge because of all the terrible writing.
You know what? We have episodes about this.
Go listen to them.
Okay, but yeah, so they made peace with the CLs, and also then them
And they were also joined by some dwarves.
Gotcha. And then also the Black Talons, which is
Yes.
Knave Stormcaller?
Something like that.
Something like that. A Sigmarine. Anywho.
Yeah. A named Sigmarine, who is actually important. But the big thing here is that they were joined by the Black Talons and the Edeneth Deepkin, and also some random dwarves.
Hell yeah.
All right, cool. So, to get this party started off the right way, we're going to talk about vampires.
Fuck you, Vlad.
That is always the best way.
Oh no. So yeah. Okay. So they were dealing with some of the same shit that. Okay. So this is just undead everywhere.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah,
Awesome.
so, like-
fantastic, amazing, glorious.
I believe this is specifically the book for the undead in the entire series because I think, largely undead has been highly neglected through the series so far.
Yeah, they need to fit just about every faction or every order in here, and so far the undead have been a little scarce.
I think the only people we haven't seen yet, which they're technically part of the Order of Chaos, but it's Skaven. I don't think we've seen Skaven yet, have we?
No.
At least not in any like large capacity.
Yeah, they very briefly mention Skaven in here.
I think we might have seen. I think there might have been some Skaven involved in like book 1. I think, but yeah, no big involvement with them yet.
No, that's right. Didn't they help blow up freaking the town?
Truce break?
Yeah.
No, I don't. No. In book 1, whenever the I think it was actually Hammerhall that got attacked.
You know what? We have episodes about
we
this.
have about this. I've slept a lot since that episode. Anywho,
We gotta be better at this. We're 40-something episodes in, and we still suck.
Hey Matt, not Matt, Mitchell.
That's
shit.
my brother.
Shut up. Someone with an M name in this room, shut the fuck up.
The two of us, and I'm the only one talking.
Big one there. There's your
I have
sign.
already shut up. I am ahead of the game. You shut up telling me to shut up, boy.
Okay.
Sorry,
So
please continue.
vampires. Yes. So this book actually, for the Akshi Crusade, it does not start off with a crusade. It starts off with, let me get this name right, Lauka Vi, who is the leader of the Avangori bloodline.
Those are the really
Taken-
angry vampires, right?
Yeah. Taking a big nap.
Oh. Okay, like the big sleep or just like a big sleep?
A big sleep.
Okay.
Really just more of a nap.
Well, I guess technically since they're vampires, they've already taken the big. So moving on.
Anyway, so
I think. Sorry. When you are a vampire, you go full Nicolas Cage in Ghost Rider, where there is no idea of going to sleep. You just go like, going to sleep is a waste of time. I need to live my life.
Don't sleep, but I'm dead. Oh, wait a minute.
Min-maxing to the extreme, baby. I'm not sleep deprived. I'm just min-maxing.
The ultimate form of sleep maxing is to never sleep.
Jesus.
Okay. I really want a tangent about something. And it's specifically about Nicolas Cage.
Not doing the pre-ramble is already biting us in the ass.
a little bit.
We'll be fine. We'll make it work.
Isn't it Nicolas Cage becoming like a Marvel character right now?
Yeah, he's Noir Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
I was like, what the hell?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, something really cool about Noir Spider-Man, just because we're already tangenting, so fuck it. Whenever you watch it, you can either watch it in color or in black and white.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Okay,
Yeah.
back to the regularly scheduled program.
Yep.
Yes.
I'm
before,
sure.
before I tangent about Prey,
I'm
but
sure
anyway.
this won't happen again.
Oh, yeah, definitely not. Okay, so back on topic. So we start off with vampires, specifically Soulblight Gravelords. So, two big families are about to duke it out. The bloodlines, I should say, not families. The Avangori and the Castellet. Castellet? Castellet.
Some type of word.
Yeah. So the big thing to note here is that the Avangori and the Castellet have beef.
Like throwing hands beef, or just like I curse at you through my car window beef.
Basically, the Avangori, who are extremely susceptible to bloodlust. That was me. I'm sorry. I'll turn my phone off here in a second.
We're just fucking this all kinds up.
Oh, actually, no. That was my phone notifying me. It's turning itself off.
Nice.
But anyway, so the Avangori, they are susceptible to basically bloodlust.
Okay.
And not like, ooh, I'm really thirsty, but like, oh, hey, we're starting to murder, and I'm not going to stop until everything around me is dead.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so
so
they
that
are
like super spicy bloodlust.
Oh yeah. And the Castellani kind of make fun of them for it on occasion, because the Castellani, their bloodline is very much like, oh yes, we are proper noble knights, and like, you know, we follow order, and
Oh, wow,
we totally
look at
don't
that.
just murder people.
Vampires being smug assholes.
Exactly, and the Avangori kind of hate them for it. But the Avangori also did kind of murder some people, and so now the Avangori are like, we totally aren't susceptible to bloodlust, but also like,
Proceeds to bloodlust.
we kind of went into a blood rage and murdered some people, so we have beef now.
And now beef. There you go.
Yeah, exactly.
Why
They are not
our
armies.
blood
They
angels
have
are
the
fighting
meat.
the blood angels.
No, it's the Blood Angels fighting the Flesh Terrors.
Oh,
Where do the Angels Vermilion take place in this story?
Oh no.
But no.
Where's the Lamenters at when you need them?
So, as a very big coincidence to all this,
Yeah, how does the Crusade fit into this?
Yeah. So, as a very big coincidence to all this, the Crimson Keep, there we go. The Crimson Keep, which is the home of the Castellani. Castellet.
The
I'm going to
super-
keep messing that up, and I apologize.
Yeah, the super big snubby dickheads. I think they're better.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Take a shot every time Phil butchers that word.
I don't
Please
want
don't.
our audience to die.
Yeah, please don't do that.
So, the Crimson Keep is home to the Castellet bloodline, and it moves around. So, every night,
Like it floats, or are we talking like
it basically teleports.
Netflix Castlevania style, or just like and disappears? And
Yeah, it just
somewhere else?
disappears and shows up somewhere else.
Gotcha.
So the keep travels around to different ruined keeps and sets up shop for a night.
Oh, so like only ruined castles.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or other big ruined monuments.
Okay, so
and the like.
so they have a vibe.
Exactly. So most of the time it's completely random. But one night every 107 years, they come to one specific mount. Mount being like a keep.
Yeah.
And it just so happens
And today with the
that today's the day. Today's the day after 107 years. And this mount just happens to be near the path of the Akshian Crusade.
I'm sure this will have no lasting consequences.
Oh, totally not. Not at all. So, the Avangor and the Castellet are setting up there. Whenever night falls, they're going to have beef, they're going to fight, and they're going to assuage their honor. And then they're going to move on. Like, that's their whole thing, is they're just here for one night to throw hands.
We drink, we smoke, we kill a couple of our cousins, and we move on.
Exactly.
Sounds like a Drukari, not a Drukari.
I thought you said Jukari for a second.
I
was
did,
like,
I did. Horse people in Game of Thrones.
Oh,
Dothraki.
Dothraki wedding.
There we go. To be fair, those are decently similar words.
I was about to say, I think they're pretty, both.
Yeah.
Are.
Yeah,
Yukari,
you-
Dothraki.
You get a pass.
Yeah.
Anyway, so while they're there, by the way, Laukave also has another name, the Mother of Nightmares,
Who's Laukave? Again?
matriarch of the bloodline of the Avangor.
Avangori, thank you.
So, while the Mother of Nightmares is
That's like the big boss of the Avangori.
yeah, big boy or gal in this
Girl.
point, or in this situation.
A whole ass woman. There we go.
Exactly. So while they're there waiting for night to fall for the Crimson Keep to show up so they can have their duke out session, it just so happens that the Crusade is wandering nearby. Nothing to do with each other.
Okay.
They don't even know the vampires are there.
Okay.
But,
But then something goes horribly fucking wrong and they have to get involved for some stupid fucking reason.
oh yeah, you know it.
God bless fucking okay.
Yeah, and I'm trying to find the word, and that's right, Metalith. So,
Oh yeah, the Aqualith metal fucking floaty island
Yes.
river bullshit.
So it just so happens that at this time, for some reason, the Dawnbringer Crusade of Akshi, they rely in their supply train on something called a metalith with an aqua. It's not called an aquifer. It's something.
We're calling it an Aqualith, whether that's right or wrong.
Yeah. Basically, this is a giant floating island, essentially, with a magical spring on it that produces water. That's how they collect fresh water.
Where did
What? Why?
man? Why not?
It's my Webkins.
Mitchell, why do you have a stuffed toy on your head?
Because I
Why
just
not,
kind of
man?
wanted him there.
I am way too tired for
Live
this
your life.
tonight.
I'm living my life.
Live. Okay, real quick. So when did the Akshi Crusade pick up this floating magical island with floating magical water on it?
This has just been part of their supply train,
Oh, and
as far as I'm
and
aware.
they've just said nothing about this.
It's just a thing. It's a MacGuffin.
Shocking.
It's a thing to move the story along.
Did a cat scratch your arm? Yeah.
Yeah, Bast.
That's all you had to say.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Anyway, so this somehow manages to float away.
Just like fuck you, I'm leaving.
Yeah, basically, they somehow lose track of it and it floats away.
As a fucking course they do.
And the Blackthorns are sitting there and they're like, "Hey, wait a minute. We rely on that for water. Well, we don't, but the mortals do."
The Humies do.
Exactly. So we should probably go get that back. So Knave and the Blackthorns grab grab a company of soldiers, and they're like, cool, we're going to go get that back. So they start marching, and then they get there, and they're like, holy crap, there are vampires here. That's not good. Cool. To make sure that they don't fuck with us, we're going to go ahead and beat their face in real quick. Promise. It'll be... What's the Rick and Morty skit? No more than 10 minutes, in and out, I promise.
And then come back out crying, covered in bruises. And whatnot.
That is exactly the vibe that happens. So they show up.
I have no control of this at all.
Yep. So they start fighting, at which point the Mother of Nightmares wakes up, looks outside of the castle that she was hiding in, and goes, oh, look, my children are being slaughtered.
Wait, so you're telling me that, and this is the Black Towns that did this, were like, the way we get them to not get involved with us is to get involved with them.
Yeah, basically.
I feel like that
This really brings up my entire thing about the awful writing of this entire series.
A little bit.
Because it's kind of like, I don't want Matthew to pick on me, so I'm going to go punch Matthew in the dick, and I'm sure he'll never do anything bad to me ever again because of
he's
it.
not going to pick on you. He's just going to fight you.
Just
There is a
gonna
difference.
Yeah.
He's gonna he's
No,
gonna
worse.
fucking beat my
I'm
ass
gonna
to
give you
death.
bed bugs, fleas, and I'm gonna give you a rodent infestation.
Point
That's what
fucking
I'm gonna do.
Point fucking being.
Point being, so they start fighting the vampires. And they thought they were fighting a little bit of vampires. They were not fighting a little bit of vampires. They were fighting the Mother of Nightmares and all of her vampires.
Oh no!
At which point, a lot of people start dying very quickly.
Shocker.
Because remember how I said the Avangori suffer from bloodlust?
Oh gee, that Chekhov's gun's coming back into play. Shocking.
Oh, yeah.
If it isn't the consequence.
So they
of
start
my own
murdering.
actions.
This isn't the consequences of
At
my
which point,
own.
the Mother of Nightmare, shockingly, to absolutely everyone's surprise, falls to bloodlust and starts committing a lot of murder. At which point, she finally breaks out of it because she's like, hey, wait a minute. The entire reason I'm here is because my clan fell to bloodlust, so maybe I shouldn't be murdering everyone
I'm
I
also
see.
throwing hands with the wrong motherfuckers.
Yeah. She's like, wait a minute.
To be fair,
these
they
aren't the
asked
people.
for it.
Yeah. She's like, wait a minute. These aren't the people I'm supposed to be fighting. So she finally wakes up from her bloodlust after she's murdered like half the company and looks up and goes,
Christ.
oh, wait, they're here for the floating island with water spewing from it.
And
I'm going to go fuck that up.
Yeah, I'm assuming she has like some particularly strong feelings about her children dying.
Yeah, so basically she's like, look, I'm not here to really fight y'all, but I need to prove a point.
I kind of
So she hops up onto the metalith.
I'm sorry. It kind of reminds me of that Dragon Ball Z abridging where it's like, I'm gonna kill it. Don't you do it. I'm gonna do it. Don't you do it. I'm gonna do it. God damn it.
Yeah, exactly. So she hops up there, at which point Knave is like, oh, crap, that's not good.
Look, my
so
bad
she
idea was in fact a bad idea.
Yeah. So she hops up after the Mother of Nightmares, and they start fighting over the pool of water in the middle of the metalith. And, excuse me, I'm drinking sparkling water, and it's coming back.
Angry Water's fighting back.
Yep, a little bit.
burp.
Hopefully not. I don't really want to disturb our audience.
Yeah, right. My man's struggling over here.
So, during their duel, the entire time they're fighting, the Mother of Nightmares has her hand inside of the pool, and she is chanting and doing some kind of magic.
Oh, and she's fighting Knave one-handed the entire time?
Yeah, basically.
Oh, that's fucking terrifying. Because
Yeah, a
Knave's
little
like
bit.
kind of spooky.
Knave is kind of spooky. The issue is that the Mother of Nightmares, she is not
More
like
spooky.
just a little vampire. She's one of the chimera monstrosities.
I'm assuming she's like essentially one step below a Mortark damn near.
Pretty much.
A little bit. Also, she has 4 legs and 2 wings and 2 arms.
Oh, she's like an Eldritch Abomination beyond the comprehension of, of mankind. Gotcha.
That's her.
Yeah, okay.
I see. I know what she looks like, but
Fear nothing.
Yeah. So she's got
Half
like
of everyone was like hot. Half of everyone was like, oh no.
yeah. So, ultimately, Knave does not manage to stop her. She completes her ritual and turns the entire pool into blood. So this thing is no longer a floating island of water. It is now a floating island of blood.
Was it their only water source?
It wasn't their only, but it was their biggest.
Oh, like they can't
there's
really...
water and blood.
Shut up, Mitchell.
Again, it's my issue with the entire thing of the writing of the system because you should be able to get the water out of the blood. Just boil it.
Look,
If
look,
you, like,
look,
boil
look.
it and like just condense the vapor, I guess.
Yeah.
Look.
You get dwarves.
Magic.
You got dwarves. They got distilling products with them. You'll be fine. Just distill the blood.
Okay, with that disturbing image in mind, we're going to move on.
Why is water red tinted? Don't ask questions you
Why
don't
do I
want the
taste
answer to.
iron?
Iron is water. Point being is they could not sustain the entire crusade off of the remaining floating islands of magical water bullshit, correct?
Basically, yeah, that's what we're very quickly coming to. So, they do. So at this point, the vampires fuck off. They're like, cool, we did the thing. We got other people to fight. Deuces. So the vampires leave, and Knave and the Black Talons are like, oh, cool, we won. Totally. Grab the metalith, and they haul it on back over to the...
total strategic victory, and nothing bad happened. Certainly not my own dumbass decisions that got a lot of people killed.
Exactly. So they haul it back to the crusade, at which point the acting marshal of the crusade is like, bro, the fuck? Not only did you take my soldiers without asking me, you also failed miserably. At which point the Black Talons are like, you know what? Fuck you. We're not your babysitters. We're soldiers. We're fucking leaving.
What's the one thing I don't report to you? I don't report to any of you. Fuck you. Just leaves.
Basically, because Maeve, she's sitting here taking the abuse, and she's listening, and then finally she starts to, like, slowly grab her axes, at which point one of the other Black Talons is like, oh, and it's time to leave.
We need to leave. They're pressing Maeve's Goku button.
Yeah.
Wait, isn't the marshal for the Oxy Crusade just like a puppet for the Pontifex?
Yes.
Basically?
100%.
Of course, the fucking wheels.
Yeah,
on the
no,
bus.
this dude literally has the wheel brand now.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah, he is not kind of sort of the mouthpiece. He is all but a mouthpiece in name.
Oh yeah, he has the baseball beer hats chugging the the Kool-Aid, right?
Yeah, basically.
Gotcha.
He was number one.
So, at this point, the Black Talons are like, cool, we're done with you. We're gone.
Okay, so the already thoroughly fucked up Oxy Crusade just lost one of their strongest, fighters.
Yeah.
Fighting groups.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You ever have a moment where it's like, we need Mitchell to do the thing, but Mitchell kind of pissed me off. But you know what? I'm going to let it slide because we need Mitchell to do the thing. Like, you think that ever crossed dude's mind?
Not
No?
once.
Not once?
Not
Again,
once.
I'm complaining about the writing a whole lot about this entire series.
I feel like what's going to happen is you're going to do Oxy. I'm going to do Giron. Mitchell's going to say nothing. We're going to finish. And then Mitchell goes, and here's the hour-long rant about this fucking book series.
So, at this point, Black Talons leave. And the Crusade is like, well, crap. This is not good.
And I'm sure it only goes up from here, right?
Oh yeah, totally. You keep huffing that copium.
Yay.
Anyway,
It's bubblegum face.
so the Crusade at this point is like, cool, we got to keep moving. At which point, half the Crusade is like, the fuck you mean we keep moving? Like we ain't got no water. They have to. So they do have other water sources, but at this point, they're having to institute some pretty harsh watering rations or
and
water
it's
rations.
hot as fucking Oxy.
Oh yeah, and on top of that, because all the people in power are incredibly zealous at this point, they institute even harsher water rations because suffering builds character.
And remember, kids, the wheels on the bus don't have wheels, and they don't go round and around. We're carrying the bus up a hill.
Exactly.
And it's snowing somehow.
Okay. The suffering builds more character is actually... That one's pretty decent writing, because that actually happened in the Crusades.
Oh yeah, where they just go on extreme water rations.
They're just like, well, we kind of ran out of food, but I really don't need to tell anybody that, so we're going to go do a 3-day fast before we get rid of the siege and just attack the building.
So here's the
Let
issue.
God guide us.
Jesus, take the wheel. So
The wheel?
literally. So
No, Jesus, don't take the wheel. Take all the wheels.
all the fucking wheels. So you're right. Like the suffering builds character thing, it does have like connections to like real Crusades. But here's a problem: if I'm eating breakfast, right? And
Breakfast.
It's eggs and bacon and some toast, and everything on my plate is rotten except the corner of one piece of bread. I'm still calling the meal shit. Like, it could be a really good piece of corner bread, but like the eggs are black, the bacon's moldy, and the rest of the bread just gave me dysentery. So like, at a certain point where like you're just
And this ain't no Limbus where you eat a corner and it's good for 3 days.
like there's a little bit of unfortunate guilt via association, I think, in this particular story.
But no, so yeah, that's honest to God, that's kind of what pisses me off the most, is I actually kind of like the writing for Akshi in this part, because at least they stuck to the theme, and there's no, like, true stupidity going on here.
Like, on one hand, it's stupid, but, like, you stuck to your stupid-ass guns, and I can kind of respect it.
Yeah. And it just pisses me off more because I so hate the wheels.
Beyblade, Beyblade, let it rip.
Anyway,
Philip screaming in the distance.
so
I can't get that video out of my head.
at this point,
Don't bring it up.
at this point, the Crusade starts splitting into two big factions. There's the Zealots, who are absolute followers of the wheel and the Pontifex.
The dumb fucks, gotcha.
Yeah. And at this point, they're like, oh, cool, you know, there is no triumph without sacrifice.
I can't wait to be miserable.
Yeah. And they're ready to go full steam ahead. They have no idea where they're going right now, but they're ready to go full steam ahead. And then there's the other half of the Crusade who are like, guys, we have given up all of our wheels for all of our carriages,
All of our wheels.
which was dumb.
Half of us are dead. We have no water. The Stormcast left. It's hot as fuck. We pissed off the vampires.
The wheels are not, in fact, on the bus anymore.
Yeah. And so,
What the fuck?
We ain't going round and round, guys.
yep. So, the half of the camp that's like, this is dumb. We need to go back to Hammerhall and back up with the High Marshal.
Oh, yeah, because she's still there, right?
She's still back in Hammerhall defending Hammerhall.
Yeah, she's still... Okay, yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah. So at this point, they're like, look, we need to go back. We need to reconnect with her. She's going to have resupply, reinforcements.
You know what I just realized?
What?
You want to know why the Marshal isn't a part of this crusade?
Because if she was there, none of this shit would have happened.
Yeah, because if she was there, none of this shit would have happened, or she would be dead.
Yep.
It's like we have to pull the important characters off this doomed crusade. All the creators doomed what? Nothing. You're good. You're fine.
Yeah.
I said nothing. Get the fuck over here.
Exactly.
Oh fuck.
So
okay, what happens next?
The more reasonable half of the crusade starts rallying around this young, basically a lieutenant. They call him a junior officer in the book, but think lieutenant.
Okay.
Who everyone swears upright, down, left, and center that he is secretly the child of the previous acting marshal.
The one
who died.
at Fort Gardus, right?
No, you're thinking of Guerin. Fort Gardus is Guerin.
Yeah, sorry.
No.
Fuck. Truce break.
Yeah, truce break. And they start rallying around him, and the thing that everybody likes about him is he will throw verbal hands with the Pontifex and the acting marshal. Because this dude's like, look, the whole wheel thing is dumb. We should have kept our wheels. Like, we have lost so much equipment because of this. We have lost so much artillery, and we are having to put in so much extra work because y'all people, for whatever reason, think that removing all the wheels was a great idea.
I kind of feel it's like, oh, but you've had these religious miracles that have saved our lives. It's like, but we were only in those situations because of the fucking zealots in the first place.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that they saved us, but we wouldn't have needed them to if they weren't fucking idiots.
Yeah, a little bit. So they start rallying around him. And some time passes, and due to the fact that everybody is now thirsty as shit, everybody is now breaking out their secret boxes of mead and hard liquor, and they're starting to drink.
Oh,
because they're all thirsty.
Strong emotions and hard liquor never go wrong.
Oh, yeah. And finally, the tension breaks. And one night,
It was a truce break.
I'm going to hurt you.
I deserve that one.
So,
Completely deserved.
one night, the guards at the edge of camp, they raise the alarm. And they're like, holy shit, there is a bunch of torches off in the distance. And they raise the alarm because they think they're about to get attacked. They think like the vampires are coming back or someone's coming for them. And so they raise the alarm. Everybody gets up, at which point they're like, hey, wait a minute. Where are half of our dudes?
Oh, fuck.
The lieutenant had just taken literally everyone who was in his virtual camp and made it a literal camp and fucking left.
Fucked off immediately.
Oh, yeah. And they took basically all of the remaining water rations and all of the remaining food. And they were like,
fucked.
yeah, and they were like, we're fucking out of this bullshit.
I feel like we should be like, no, they betrayed the crusade. How could they do that? But I'm like, nah, homie, fucking, you do what you gotta do, man.
Yeah. The
Bringing
really
it back to Game of Thrones, the person doesn't have the charisma of Stannis Baratheon. Like, they deserve this abandonment.
dude,
Get your fucking wheels back!
look, all I'm saying is Stannis burned his child and everyone left. You know, after a point, you can only go through so many religious, quote, sacrifices before a lot of people start going,
Yep.
nah, I'm not about
Before
this life.
someone goes, wait,
Yep.
you know, in hindsight, this is all really fucking stupid.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yep.
So,
And this is in a setting where gods are real and exist with their people.
yeah. And just as the cherry on top of this, once they realize this, there's a significant portion of the Zealot party remaining that orders their troops to open fire on the
Deserters.
yeah, basically on the deserters. Thankfully, cooler minds went out, which is a miracle, and they're like, "No, save your ammo. They're fucking gone. It's fine." Because now, clearly, since only the truly righteous and faithful remain, we must succeed.
Oh, the non-believers have left, so we're totally going to be fine now.
Exactly.
Oh, wait, you said the wheels win in this one. Fuck!
Yep. So we're getting into that. After the desertion of half their forces, which a significant number of these guys were like artillerymen and things like that. Just like
Oh,
point
wow,
that
and
out.
artillery and actually meant something because there weren't trees and shit, so like that is
Yeah.
actually oof.
Yeah.
Get bent.
So they all leave, and the Pontifex basically has a fever dream. Because keep in mind, everyone is on severe water rations at this point. And in this vision, she sees the Crimson Keep. And she's like, why am I getting a vision about vampires? Wait a minute. And then she does, in fact, nat 20 her Arcana and History check. And she realizes, oh my god, the Crimson Keep is only around for one night. But the Crimson Keep always comes to locations that are the ruins of like old glorious citadels or keeps and things like that. Wherever it landed, that was more than likely also a ley line convergence. And if we can get there, we should have the juice available to us to turn our blood fountain back into a water fountain. At which point, we will no longer be dying of dehydration. And,
Okay.
yeah. And she kind of uses some logic. She's like, wait a minute. She doesn't know that they were the Avangori, but she's like, okay, the Avangori were here, they were fighting, and then like they stopped fighting and they fucked off north. Cool. More than likely, the Crimson Keep is north, because she doesn't actually know the difference between the Avangori and the... I'm going to forget the other name now. But the people who actually
fuck
hold
it
the
up, so I have
Crimson
to do a
Keep.
shot.
No. Castellet, there you go. Ha ha! I got it right. Fuck. So they start following north, and they're like, cool, we're going to get there eventually. And they get to the foot of the mountain where the Crimson Keep was held. And it's basically a sheer vertical climb. And they're like, okay, we need to find another way around this. And they do find a valley that goes all the way up to the Crimson Keep, filled with a supernatural arcane storm that no one in the entire crusade knew anything about and had no idea how to disperse it. And guess what?
Okay.
Suffering builds character.
Jesus fucking Christ, okay.
So they march right through it. And this entire
Is it
time...
just like super rain, or is it like fucking...
ball lightning. Ball lightning. Like
balls
literally,
of lightning?
literally groups of guys are getting electrocuted to death and getting fried by lightning. And landslides and rock slides.
So my question is, in the writing, why does things keep on just getting worse? Like
water.
like there's no reason for it to continue to get. Just state it's a vertical climb. You don't have to go, and they're being electrocuted by the storm, magical storm.
Well, the issue...
suffering builds character.
The issue here is that this actually kind of makes sense. The only way, because they weren't going to make a vertical climb, the only form of approach was through this valley. So it was either don't go up the hill or go through the arcane magical storm. So they kind of didn't have a choice. Anyway, they start going through here, and the entire time people are dropping dead from exhaustion. And the dwarves are starting to look at the humans, and they're like, pathetic. Because, like I said, everybody's dropping dead. And they have to endure, lightning strikes, landslides, rock slides. And basically the only reason they're able to keep going is because the dwarves, who most of the dwarves have actually left by this point, but a small group stuck through it and was like, look, we made a vow to stick with you to the end. We're going to stick with it. Which, respect. And the dwarves are able to clear out the vast majority of the rock slides and landslides that occur. And that's the only reason they're able to make it forward. And the entire time, the priests are collecting the bodies of the fallen, burning them in funeral pyres. Not funeral pyres. They're burning them with basically magical oils. Mm-hmm. And collecting the ashes and moving on. Speaking of Chekhov's gun, that will be important later. So they finally make it up to the top of the hill. Or top of the mountain.
Should we explain Chekhov's gun?
No.
Okay.
They finally make it up to the top of the mountain, at which point they're wandering through these ruins, because they truly are ruins. And they're just going to choose to ignore all the strange glowing runes that they're finding around them, and they're just going to keep pushing forward.
I feel like I've said this a couple times, but I'm sure none of that's going to come back up and bite them in the ass, right?
Oh, yeah, totally not.
It'll be just fine. Yeah.
Yeah, they're
okay.
totally going to be fine. I
Yep,
promise.
Cool. Dope. Awesome.
So they come across this, basically, cathedral. And they're like, perfect. You know, this is a cathedral. It's probably based right on top of some ley lines. Oh, and look at that. The entire town and this cathedral is laid out in a wheel pattern with spokes. It must be a sign.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Nope. So they march up to the cathedral, at which point the necromancers who are in charge of these ruins pop out and go, hey, what the fuck are you doing on our lawn?
And there just like happen to be necromancers there, or
So, turns out this keep, or this city, it had been a city of humans. But the humans who lived there were necromancers, and they'd worshipped one of the old gods before Nagash came along and wiped all of the other death gods out.
oh, so they worship an old death god.
We get 2 death gods in this book.
We do.
Yeah.
Or it's just one. Was it a snake?
They don't specify it was an
You know
old
what?
death god.
I like even numbers. There are 2 death gods in this story.
Okay.
Yeah. At which point they're like, look, we used to worship this old death god, but then every 107 years, the Crimson Keep would materialize on our land
Fuck our
and
shit.
kill everyone in the settlement. So finally we were like, fuck it, we're going to worship Nagash now. And yeah, even if you take the settlement, the Crimson Keep is still coming back, and it will still kill you eventually. Just leave. Like, they don't tell them, like, oh, we're going to murder all. They're literally just like, hey, leave.
Like,
Do the
bro,
smart
it's
thing.
pointless.
Yeah, do the smart thing and just fucking leave. But we can't stand no damn undead in our backyard.
The zealots always do the smart thing, right?
Oh, yeah. So the zealots promptly decide to start attacking. At which point... Oh, I'm going to forget. At which point, 3 mortis engines rise up out of the cathedral and are like, haha, surprise, all of the undead rise. And they are promptly surrounded by
You know what a mortis engine looks like?
I know what they look like in Total War.
It's a giant cart carried by the spirits of the undead,
Yep.
Okay.
filled with bodies.
Yep.
So this massive undead horde rises up and just starts assaulting them. And it's not just like zombies and skellies. It's like undead drakes and things like that. Like, this is a terrifying army. But the crusade manages to push through and they make it into the cathedral. At which point the Pontifex starts doing her wibbly-wobbly miracle stuff.
Her rigmarole.
Exactly. Also at this point, the acting marshal dies.
Good.
I mean, he's dead. Yeah.
I don't remember his name, so clearly not important.
He's not important.
So he falls in battle, but at this point they're inside of the tower. They've managed to pull the Metallith inside as well. Because this is supposed to be a massive, massive building. And as part of the ritual, remember those sacred ashes that I was talking about of the fallen dead?
Oh, Chekhov's gun.
Exactly. So they start spreading out these ashes in a runic pattern and basically create this magic, or this massive magical conflux that the Pontifex then channels her divine power through and manages to purify the entire fucking cathedral.
Did the Pontifex take him through the storm to get those people killed on purpose?
That's a good question.
Oh my fucking god, okay.
Well, like I was telling Mitchell, though, it was also kind of their only way up.
Yeah, it just happened to be mighty convenient.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
So,
Use the resources that you have at hand.
she manages to complete her magical ritual, and this massive wheel appears in the sky
Fuck
on
me.
a beam of
You
light.
gotta be fucking...
Can we take a can we take a moment of silence to just, I'm sorry, try to reel this in?
Every time, I just...
I'm over it. Let's go.
Okay, cool.
Every time I have to hear about this fucking wheel, I feel like it's the meme, the bong indomine patres. Every time. Sorry, I'm not over it. Moving on.
So, this beam of light flashes up into the sky and creates this giant flaming wheel in the sky. And the beam of light managed to take out one of the mortis engines. And then from the wheel starts coming out bolts of lightning that just starts annihilating all of the undead. It takes out the other two mortuary carts and mortuary cart, right?
Mortis engines.
Mortis engines.
There
Thank
you
you. Yeah, I've said that word too many times. Takes out all the mortis engines, and then it starts striking into the undead. Of course, its aim isn't great, so a lot of crusaders die as well.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no, it's a whole thing. But ultimately, they do succeed. They manage to eradicate the undead, and they claim victory. They actually won. And that's where it ends.
Oh, and you said that they purified the island too?
They don't come out and say it, but they do imply that, yes, the area around the city was purified.
But they haven't said they have their water back, but they...
No, they do.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, because the metallith was inside of the cathedral.
Okay, got it.
Whenever they activated it, and so it does purify the fountain back into water instead of blood. Sorry, I don't think I said that earlier, but yes, they do succeed in purifying it.
Okay,
so now they have water again.
Yeah, they do in fact,
and that's where the story
win.
ends. Like, you get no resolution other than that. Oh yeah, they have water again.
And this is the end of the story part of the book because Akshi was second and Giron was first. So just we've been doing Akshi Giron the entire time, so that's why we did this way. But this is how the story portion of the book finishes.
Yep.
Okay. So Giron starts off kind of shit.
It always does, doesn't it?
A little bit.
Builds
As you
character.
say things, I'm going to remember everything.
Yeah.
But
Just correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm a little brain dead.
I've forgotten literally everything, and I read that
Okay.
book with you.
So, in the last book, Kragnos came and just kind of fucked everyone's shit up.
As he does.
And what's... Oh, God damn it, I always forget the name of the marshal for the Giron campaign. Give me 1 second. It's Thorian, I think.
That sounds about right.
It's like a Thorian or something like that.
Just say Marshall, move on.
Yeah, Marshal Thorian. That's her fucking title, so whatever. So, yeah. Kragnos fucked everyone's shit, and then also I think at one point we find out that Thorian is magical, because she's like part druid or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So that happens in the third
I
book.
read this book, and I don't remember jack squat
In
about
the
that.
third book.
Okay.
That's the recap for the end of the third book. So, the Giron Crusade starts moving forward, and like obviously that was super fucked. Bunch of people died. And they start having issues almost immediately because of fucking course they do.
Yeah.
The Sylvaneth leave because like they've done their thing. They're called off to a hunt. I forget the guy's name, like Belathos or something like that. He's like the leader of the hunt for that they all worship Kurnos, the stag god.
Yeah.
And they have to go do some weird. They have to go do weird tree people shit. And so they fuck off. And that causes problems because a bunch of the Crusaders who were like born and raised in Giron also hear the call of the hunt. And so they start wigging the fuck out, like not listening to their officers, disappearing when they're supposed to be, at their post, coming back covered in like bloody skins from hunting and causing a bunch of issues. So the officers are like, just fucking leave.
No. It was all because they were a cult.
Yeah, no, they
Cult of
formed,
the Stag
yeah,
or something?
they formed a cult essentially. It was called Cult of the Stag or, God damn it, I forget the name.
You gotta leave
Cult
that
of the Stag sounds accurate.
You gotta leave that book open, bud.
I know. I keep forgetting the names.
It's GW. We're all gonna forget the names. I'm surprised that Philip remembered all these names really well. That really surprised me.
Dude, I am terrible with names.
Do you think I can tell you any of the names in the Stormlight Archives?
Kin of the Stag. It is they form a cult known as the Kin of the Stag. And so a bunch of people in the ranks. I don't know why I closed the book.
Stop doing
I
that.
just fucking trying.
Oops, I did it again.
So yeah, the Kin of the Stag. That's
Sorry,
the name
I'm
of the
gonna
cult.
get crushed in your leg here.
And they're causing a bunch of problems, not listening, like I said previously. And so the officers are basically like, "Hey, just leave. Like if being part of the hunt is your calling, and you're gonna betray Sigmar and not be part of the Crusade, then just fucking leave because you're causing a bunch of problems." And that's exactly what they do. So a bunch of members of the Giron Crusade leave to go live with the Tree People, and then other things start going wrong as they're progressing towards their destination. Like Nurgle's forces are slowly solidifying to like their north and their west, and the Gargant that fucked their shit earlier in like book 2, he's still around, and that's a fucking problem. There's Cruel Boys around, you know, they're basically slowly getting like surrounded on all sides by enemy forces. And the biggest problem is Nurgle, because, you know, the Shutter Blight is like still kind of a thing.
Yep.
And that's starting to infect their troops, so they're going through all this dangerous terrain, like barren pine forests, which is a weird thing, barren pine forest. I mean, you'd said like that's a weird thing to have, like be a barren pine forest.
It was something about a pine forest.
It was a weird location.
I think it was because it was a pine forest and barren lands, and I was like, no, that makes no sense. You cannot have a forest and barren lands. No.
So it's a barren land forest.
Yeah.
And like fetid swamps and shit. So the terrain's against them. People are starting to walk off into the night and never come back because of the Shutter Blight and other various Nurglite plagues and whatnot. And Marshal Thorian, who is using the magical prowess that she discovered in the previous book to like kind of ease their journey, freezing the swamp so they can walk over, you know, the water and doing things of that nature. And it's starting to drain her. Like she's not used to being magical, and she's not used to the toll it takes on her body. So she's like getting weaker and weaker, and she's like, hey, this is a fucking problem. But, you know, I'm sure nothing bad will happen about it ever. That's not gonna be a thing that comes back up.
Nope.
So they're very slowly just starting. They're just essentially bleeding out. Is what's happening, but they keep moving forward. You know, they keep doing what they have to do, trying to get to the destination to end this crusade. And then things go horribly wrong, horribly wrong. So
it's been going.
It takes
horribly,
a really
horribly
weird
wrong
turn,
since the
but it
fucking
has
start.
to go wrong before, because these people can't understand context clues of where not to go. Because they show up.
Let him have this. He needs it more than I do.
Or basic fucking logistics, for that matter.
Are we to the point where they get to the wall?
We're about there.
Okay.
I will say, before you do that, the funny thing about logistics is the book even makes a point where it's like, surprisingly, all their supplies are there and nothing really got fucked with. So, like, they have food, everyone's just fucking dying, so there's no one there to eat it. And, like, it was where they're like, horrible, 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 we have bread. Horrible, horrible, horrible. It was really weird.
Where are we at right now?
No, oblique threat. No, we're at the part where they're like, they get to the neck and they see the bone wall.
Okay,
basically.
so they see the bone wall, and they're pretty much, correct me if I'm wrong, they're confronted by the Ozark Bone Reapers, and they say, hey, you can't go past this wall, but you're more than welcome to settle near it, and we won't collect a bone tithe from you for like 108 years or something.
Yeah, so a little bit of context. They had gotten out of the shitty landscapes they were in, and they got into the neck, which is a geographical. Thank you, God, Jesus. Geographical portion of the map. It's in the north, and so, but they'd gotten past a bunch of the fucked up landscape, and then they get to the neck and they see this bone wall, and they are approached by Ozark Bone Reapers. Yeah. I will say they do say the reason why they couldn't settle there is because like all of the fucking enemies and shit, the Nurglites, the Gargants, and yada yada, they're like all behind them, and if they settle here, like they're gonna get them.
The Bone Reapers built a wall. They don't really build walls. They always constantly expand. The only time they really try to build a wall is when they're trying to contain something. You know, they may have had this conversation of like, you really shouldn't go through this wall because there's something absolutely terrible that direction. But you're more than welcome to settle right here. We're not going to collect a tithe against you. But they don't trust the Bone Reapers because they're like, it's the Bone Reapers. They love their bones. They're going to need bones at some point, blah, blah, blah. And they're so fickle. They literally just stated, don't go through the wall.
I do believe the quote was only death awaits further in or something like that.
When death states that death awaits, there's something wrong.
You should probably listen.
I think they know a thing or two because they've seen a thing or two.
But the people are like, the crusade is very much like, I don't trust you.
Yeah, no, Thorian's like, I don't know. I've heard some bad things about
this.
They're going to steal our bones. Literally, one of the lines is they will
Steal them bones.
They fucking say it in this somewhere. I know it.
Yeah.
I remember being like, that's a weird fucking line. Like, they're walking and just like Mortal Kombat fatality, reach into your chest, grab your spine, and rip your skeletal system and be like, rattle me bones, and then fuck off into the night. Like, that's what's going to happen.
So they come to the
You keep looking, I'm going to find it.
They come to the grand conclusion of, yeah, we're just gonna fight the Ozark Bone Reapers because we want to go through the Great Wall of China.
I find it so funny how many people are like, oh yeah, we don't like the Ozark Bone Reapers. And it's like, of all of the factions that aren't in order, actually, even including the factions that aren't in order, the Ozarks are the most trustworthy because they're not going to stab you in the back.
And
they're
they
gonna tell you,
they say what they mean. And
yeah,
all
they're
they
going to tell
want
you
is their
straight
bones.
up. Is they're like, look, we won't ask for money. We won't ask for manpower. All we want are the bones of your dead. That's it.
Have you actually,
There we go. No, shut the fuck up. I'm at it. Thorian suspected that the Liege would not hesitate to exploit some loophole and march out to seize all of their bones.
It's so stupid.
Fuck.
Because
Fucking here!
if everybody's dead, no more bones are being made. They want to keep people alive because they
Listen,
can't make their own bones.
They know one thing about human reproduction. Humans make more humans, and more humans means more bones. Humans make bones, we need humans for bones.
Yeah. Also, the way that they break through the wall is a combination of life magic and cannons. My issue is life magic does not cancel out death magic. It doesn't work that way.
If anything, you'd think they'd be the opposite.
Yeah. It's like you can't destroy the dead with life. You can only destroy the dead with holy magic. That's the only thing that is known throughout the entirety of magic system.
Pause rant. This is important because this is another Chekhov's gun. They're approached by the dude, those Bone Reaper, who's like, hey, fuck off, basically. And Thorian's like, I'm gonna, charisma this guy for a little bit and give us like 10 minutes to go figure out the fuck we're doing. They scuttle around the crusade like, hey, y'all want to throw hands with bones? And they get back to the fucking they get back to the artillery, and there's this one like lieutenant or something of the artillery lines who has a very, very big bone to pick with the undead specifically.
We've gone from wheels to bones.
That will be important later. I could find her name. She's really not important. Just know
Her actions are important, and that's about it.
there's a person in the artillery line who commands the artillery who fucking hates undead.
And she carries silver bullets.
From like when her home was killed by ghouls or something.
That's like the same thing with
Remember.
that's like the same thing with the junior officer from the Akshi half, because it's like, yeah, this dude has a name, but realistically,
It doesn't
he
fucking matter.
leaves 2 paragraphs later, so like
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
Put it this way. That woman will not be in the next book for reasons you will figure out. Please continue your rant.
So they just blast this wall with life magic and cannons and kill all the Bone Reapers. And I'm like, first of all, Bone Reapers are elite units.
Put some fucking respect on my bones name.
You can't just kill a Bone Reaper.
Listen, Mitchell. We all know that they have to be as strong as the story calls for it, so the plot can advance.
That is true. That is true. But I would imagine that the
Shut up, Matthew.
the Bone Reapers could just make more Bone Reapers out of the wall and have reinforcements.
But that makes sense, Mitchell.
It's terrible writing.
And just to so you know what actually happens, the life magic they use is basically Marshal Thorian has like seeds that she was gonna they're like unbreakable seeds that she was gonna plant in the city, and then they found it to give them like a barrier. And she's like, well, we can see how strong they are. Random bullshit, go! And just like fucking Moon Knight throws a bunch of seeds into the wall, fills them with life magic, and they fucking explode into vines. And that combined with cannon fire punches a massive hole in the wall.
Okay, that at least kind of makes sense of like using the vines to help weaken the bones, but also that just gives you more stuff to have to shoot through.
I think the main thing was like the life magic shouldn't have worked because it was being shot into an active like force field of bones and death magic.
Do you know how strong bones are as well?
Yeah.
All these bones are interweaved together. You cannot just break a wall of bones that are.
You could fucking see his eyes right now.
structured at the moment.
It's like they just spell out death.
Like it just doesn't work that way. So they break through the wall and they go into the area where the death said, "Hey, we don't want to go,
Don't go
here because we would die."
If it makes you feel better, Mitchell, I don't think they specifically say that they kill all the Bone Reapers. What basically happens is they break the bone wall down, and a bunch of life magic rushes into the area. that the wall was protecting, because the wall was like keeping life magic out, and it like invigorates all the troops. So all these troops are, they broke the wall and they're winning and they're invigorated with life magic. And what they do with that is run through the breach like chickens with their heads cut off and promptly fucking scatter.
Yeah.
Really?
They literally just gone. Like, they go through the wall. They never say they fought like a unit empowered by life magic and killed the rest of the Bone Reapers, regrouped and decided what they're just like, there's a fucking wall! Ah! And just fucking through the fucking hole. And they literally separate into a bunch of fucking different groupings. And they can't connect with each other. Like, they don't just separate. They literally run through the wall, separate, and get fucking lost promptly. The entire crusade.
So that's my rant about this section of the book.
Oh my god. Okay.
It gets good, I promise.
This was the worst part of the entire book, in my opinion.
Dude, the Huron Crusade was what was carrying this entire
It
series.
gets way
it gets
better.
so much
Okay.
better.
It gets so much
You
better.
know,
Okay.
But this is such a low point in the game.
There was a point where me and Mitchell are reading this. Whenever we read this book, we're sitting there and like, I was a little ahead of him, so I'm just sitting there. I just finished the whole, like, they got through the hole and they ran in the audio, and I'm just like, sitting and like contemplating my fucking life choices, regretting I ever did this fucking podcast. And then I hear Mitchell go, and I kind of look at Mitchell, and Mitchell looks at me, and we're both collectively like, we should hide the guns. Like, it was bad. So yeah, so they're in, and like I said, they're in this part of the area called the Neck, and it's really topsy-turvy, like ravines and paths, and it's not easy to traverse, and it's very easy to get fucking lost. So the main like contingent of the crusade, which Thorian is a part of, who she's now comatose, and like 2 of her fingers are turned into like wood or tree or something, because she used so much magic to do the seed thing that it's like it's gassed her. Like, she's not dying, but she's comatose, and like she's like transforming slowly into a fucking tree or something. It's at this point, while they're kind of going through the Neck, like, well, there's contingencies for if we get separated, but like, hey, 90% of the fucking Crusade's dead, so I'm not sure if it matters. They just fucking happen upon some more Stormcast Eternals, because you remember they still have some Hollow Knights with them, but they happen upon.
I'm not gonna go on that rant. I'm just not gonna go
do
on
it.
that rant.
No. Wait for that rant. I know exactly what you're talking about. We'll get there. I promise.
What's the Latin word for 9?
The Latin word for 9?
Yeah.
Who do you think I am, Indiana Jones?
Any theory?
Matthew?
I actually don't know what that one is.
Don't fucking ask me.
What's
I'm the
Spanish
dumb
for
one
9?
here.
It's gonna be similar.
Spanish for yeah.
No, nueve.
Yeah. Latin is going to be a little different.
Yeah.
I think it's fundamentally different, actually.
Yeah, it could be based off
I-
French,
I-
and the French counting system is whack.
I'll just look this up.
So they happen upon some more Stormcast Eternals as they're going through the Neck. Thorian's group, which is like the main chunk of the Crusade that is lost. They happen upon Asteria Soulbright, not Soul Blight. Motherfucking. We fucked that up a lot.
Oh,
Get Soul Blight. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, we fucked that up a lot. Asteria Soulbright, the Lord Arcanum of the Shimmer Souls Chamber.
By the way, Novum.
Novum?
No, that's
Novum.
pretty similar.
Yeah, Novum.
And so this Lord Arcanum is there with, some of her, from, like I said, they're from the Shimmer Souls
But to create a word.
chapter, whatever the fuck.
the Shimmer Souls?
Shimmer Souls, yes.
Oh, Stormhost?
Yes, thank you.
Oh, okay.
Chamber. Shimmer Souls Chamber. There we go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Chamber.
Lord
Gotcha,
Arcanum
gotcha.
of the Shimmer Souls Chamber. Jesus.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes more sense.
Which we went from Hollowed Knights to Hammers of Sigmar.
We'll get there, I promise.
Cool.
I don't know when it happened.
It pissed him off a lot more than it's pissing than you. Yeah. So the reason why she's out here in the Neck is that she and her squad of other Stormcast wizards and shit, they're out there looking for a way to fix the flaw in the reforging process.
Yeah.
And so they started out in Shaiish, where they're searching for old knowledge, and they were at this old manor for someone called the Solum Paladin or Solemn Knight, one of the two.
We already know the issue with the reforging process, and the fact that they're looking for the issue makes no sense.
I mean, is it one of those things where we, the reader, know, but they
No,
don't?
it is just known.
No, they're looking for a way to fix it.
Oh,
They're looking for a way
okay,
to fix the
kill
issue.
Nagash.
Okay, that's not exactly simple.
That's
No,
the
it
way
is-
to fix it.
No. It's simple in concept, much more difficult in execution.
Easy to say, hard to do.
Yep.
Yeah, it says that they're looking for clues to the flaw in the reforging at this point. That's
Cool.
That's what it says. And yeah, so they started out there in Shaiish at this mansion for the Solemn Paladin. I think it's Knight, but I'm gonna say Solemn Paladin. Fuck it. Which is this old lord from, ye olden days, and, he was a protector of the living and the dead and has a bunch of old ancient knowledge. They're kind of looking around, they're finding some clues, and they just, Dark Souls-esque bumblefuck their way into a realm gate that is disguised as a picture. I shit you not.
You said Dark Souls-esque, and I was like,
Nope,
what do you mean Dark Souls? And then you were like, oh, yeah, into a painting, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, I get
Dark
the
Souls
reference
in
now.
fucking
Yeah.
in New Londo, there's
Yeah.
a fucking painted world.
Yeah.
And
So,
yeah.
my thing is I never played Dark Souls, so I'm just thinking of them going wow, while going through Super Mario
Well, no,
64.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Well, the reason why I say Dark Souls-esque is there's a big thing in Dark Souls with invisible walls. Where you just start slapping walls because, it's very akin to that because they're like, oh, there's a painting and there's some stuff here. And then they touch the painting and sure as shit, it shits them out in the neck in Giron. And the picture, and the kind of sort of ish clue they had that it was a realm gate was the picture, the landscape behind the figure in the painting, who they assume is the Solemn Knight or Paladin. Solemn Knight, Jesus.
Maybe you should look it up.
Solemn Knight, that's what I'm calling it. It's really not important.
No.
Is that the landscape behind him looked like the neck. They didn't have any way to know that. They're like, poke it. Suck through. They're in Giron now. So they're kind of like, what the fuck? And they look around, they're like, oh, Humies. And Thorian's like, thank you, God! Or at least Thorian's people. I don't think he's awake yet. But they're like, hey, will you help us do this crusade that's very important to Sigmar? And she's like, nope. I'm doing stuff for the flaw in the reforging. So, respectfully, fuck off. While they're having this conversation at this point, Thorian has woken up. And Thorian's like, here, how about we cut a deal? You're looking for stuff. I'm pretty sure, it's in the manor that's in the neck. It's at the highest peak. And, all of my people have kind of been feeling a pull towards the manor. But, we've been avoiding it because, chances are, as everything else that's gone on in the past week, month, however long they've been in this crusade, something fucking horrible is going to happen in there. But, that's probably where you're going. So how about this? We'll go with you to that manor, help you do your thing, and then you help us get to our destination, and then you can continue with your research. And Asteria is like, yeah, no, that honest pay for honest work. I got you. So they start trudging along to the manor. And half the guys are like, yay, we're going to the really spooky manor that's pulling us there, and it's totally going to be happy and everything's going to be great. And the other half are like, Alan, we are so fucked. So they get there, and then sure as shit, flush eater courts pop up.
Oh,
Bunch of ghouls. And the expedition's like, well, fuck me, I guess here I go fighting again. And the ghouls are like, actually, would you like some dinner? Would you like to come eat some dinner? And they're like, yeah, the Summer King has invited you all to dinner. And Asteria's like, I think I know what's going on right here. I think I know. I'm having a big brain moment. I think I know what's happening. We will definitely attend that dinner where everything will be peachy. And that's what they do. So they go into the manor, and it's disgusting. I'm going to spare you the details. It's flesh eater courts. I'm pretty sure everyone kind of knows the shtick of what
remember that
area
episode
looks like.
of Naruto when the first time they actually ever see Itachi, or Sasuke sees Itachi?
Yes.
And he's with Jiraiya, and Jiraiya creates that toad
Stomach lining in the
hallway.
Yeah.
It's just imagine that, but death.
I like how I tried to save them. Mitchell was like, how about
How about detailed
a
descriptions?
very visceral description? It's gross. So they all go to dinner, and they're waiting for the Summer King, and there's ghouls eating, and there's a bunch of nasty fucking, body parts and all the kind of other gross shit. They're all eating them. It's the fucking flesh eater court. You know their shtick. You know their kink. Anywho. Then lo and behold, the Summer King comes out, escorted by a bunch of vampires from a different bloodline that I'm not going to try to pronounce because I'm going to fuck it up. I'm pretty sure it's Neferata's line. Bloodline of vampires.
Yes.
And he sits down, and they're like, oh, this is like the king. And so they kind of like start talking to him, and Asteria's like, oh, you must be the Solemn Knight, like yada yada, like this is your title, and this is what you used to do. And the Summer King, who at this point Asteria is like, which once again is the Stormcast, Lord Arcanum, is pretty sure is Usharon, who we as the readers at this point know is the that when the book came out, the newest Mortarch of the Order of Death.
Oh, fun!
The Mortarch of Delusion, who's the Mortarch of the Flesh Eater
model
Courts.
that Age of Sigmar has the offer.
Looks so fucking good.
Yeah,
looks so good. So Asteria like kind of knows what's up because no one really knows the story of Usharon, but everyone knows that he's old, like Age of Myth old, like worked with Nagash in the other Death Gods in the Age of Myth old. So Asteria's like, I might be able to learn some shit here. So she's kind of talking to him and like kind of reminding him of like the old days when he wasn't a gigantic flesh monster who was enslaved to Nagash. And Usharon's kind of like, oh yeah, those were some good times. He's kind of starting to remember. The vampires around him are like whispering to him like, if you answer this question with more than 5 words, I'm going to fucking kill you. Like, they're like, shut the fuck up, old man, because they're obviously there to kind of contain him. And even Soulbright, I keep saying her first, I'm just going to say Soulbright. Even Soulbright's like, I kind of feel bad for this guy because he's clearly like not there upstairs and they are fucking with him.
Yeah.
So she kind of goes harder on the paint where she's like, oh yeah, I remember when you back in your heyday, you weren't, enslaved and you didn't work for Nagash. You served the living and the dead. And then Usharon kind of stands up like he's about to say something important. And she's like, yes! And then he gets shot. Anywho, rewinding 30 minutes. So, some of the Neferata line vampires that are there, they're a bunch of fucking bastards. And they be doing sketchy shit. The main perpetrator here is a rather powerful attendant of Neferata, and her name is... Sakar. I'm pretty sure it's Sakar. And she's like, I don't like how this is going. I think I want all these people to die. And her big power is she's good at like manipulating and hypnosis. So she used hypnosis. You want to know who she hypnotizes to do the thing?
I'm going to guess it's that one lieutenant with the silver bullets.
100%. And it even states in the book, it wasn't like, hey, I'm here to sell you free car insurance. It was like, hey, and she was like, I'm shooting the dude. Like, he said a single fucking word. She was like, bet. Like, it is noted, it did not take a whole lot to convince her. So, fucking, this lieutenant just whips out the blicky, fucking shoots Usharon right in the chest, and he falls back and screams, there's blood everywhere, and, it makes a big show of it. And, the Flesh Eater Courts kind of collectively lose their shit. And everyone starts dying. Now, note, I didn't say the Crusade starts dying. I said everyone starts dying.
That is kind of the shtick of the Flesh Eater Courts.
The Neferata vampires included.
Yep.
Because, there's some shit in the book where it's like, oh, she was trying to escape, blah, 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 and the only real important thing was at one time she was getting kind of fucked up, and she...
Which she are you referring to at this point?
Sakar. The vampire
yes.
who had, the perpetrator, because there's a short part of the story where we get her perspective. Out of nowhere, she pulls out this snake, and the reason why I say out of nowhere, because it's quite fucking literally out of nowhere. They name drop the snake, but never fucking tell you it's a snake until she does a thing. And then it explains what the fucking snake is after the story, as well. It also explains who the fuck she was. So when she's doing all this shit in the book, you have like no fucking idea who she is. It's a bunch of random names that you just have to piece together. Like her snake comes out of nowhere and like sucks a bunch of souls out, and that's when you kind of learn that like her like snake that she has with her is actually essentially one of the old death gods that Nagash ate but couldn't fully digest. So, shat him back out in a very weakened form where he was more like an avatar of his previous self. And because Sakar is good at like manipulation and hypnosis, was like, here, you get to have a pet god. Make sure he never wakes up, and make sure you don't feed him too much, because if you feed him too much, he'll gain enough power to wake up, and that's bad. So we're not going to do that. And she was like, bet, I have a pet god snake. That's the other death god. He sucked out a bunch of souls, and it was pretty cool. But, like, that's basically it. The bitch lives, so, like, eh. And that's basically the end of her story. So, what we find out later, after all that, is, like, Ushiron is, in fact, not a moron. Fucking insane, not a moron. And
There is a difference.
There is a difference. He did not want the Neferata-line vampires there. And so he was like, with this crusade coming, I have a chance to do some funny shit. So he was playing the bumbling fool because he knew that Sakar, the vampire, was going to pull some shady shit and, like, do a thing to try to frame the crusade. And then, instead of just killing the crusade, also kill all the vampires. And that's exactly what he fucking does. It was a massacre. So that's all going on, and he kind of, like, fucks off back to his room.
So he gets shot, and he's like, joke's on you.
Yeah,
this was my plan.
He gets shot, and he's like, oh, I've been shot, oh, God, call an ambulance. But not for me. Makes a huge show of it, because all his people go fucking insane because the Fletcher Courts are like, Dad got hit, and the second plane, and they're freaking the fuck out about it, but he's playing them all. So all the Stormcasts are like, okay, anyone not in golden and or silver armor, get the fuck out. So all the Humies start leaving, and the Stormcasts are going to stay here, and they're going to hold the line. Which was what they were doing, but Soulbright was also like, nah, I know this bitch has what I need. I know there's knowledge here, and I'm gonna fucking find it. So she, like, used the Stormcast, and they kind of push into Ushiron's room, and she sees Ushiron there, who's now basically just like, stretching out, like, I haven't got tickled by a bullet in a while, having a good time, just kind of, shaking it off. And then she's like, bro, and he's like, oh, shit. And she kind of tries to convince him where she's like, you were this dude who, like, got betrayed and used to be this paragon of yada yada, blah, blah, blah. And she's trying to kind of connect to him. And Ushiron is straight up like, nah, that was the old me, and I don't give a fuck. So, hands? And she was like, fuck, I guess hands. And they start fighting. And it doesn't really explain if, like, when he was like, that was the old me and that's not me anymore, is, like, actually how he felt, or if he's just batshit fucking insane, because, like, both could be true.
Yeah.
But they start fighting. And she does a mad dash for some books, because during their conversation, he was like, okay, well, fine. If you want this information you crave, come take it. And she's like, bet. And so she, they start fighting. She makes a mad dash for the books. And then he like bitch slaps her off of her mount, because she's riding a Dracula. Not important, but she's riding a Dracula. He bitch slaps her off.
Inside of the castle?
Inside the castle. Well, to be fair, when the bullshit started, she was like, "Where's my super suit?" And the Dracula comes running through her, because like, if you throw in hands with a fuckload of ghouls, why not have a wingless dragon?
No, it was just one of those things where you were like, oh yeah, and she got, smacked off of her mount. I was like, wait a minute, where the fuck did the mount come from?
Yeah.
Because I know she wasn't sitting down for dinner on top of this thing.
So she gets slapped off her mount. It doesn't really say if her mount dies or not. I'm kind of going to assume he does. And she's like about to go grab the book, and Ushiron like hooks her. And then she's like, fuck you, zombie man, magic. And Ushiron's like, oh man, that kind of hurt. I'm going to disembowel you now. And it is implied that he takes a very long time eating her, and she doesn't die for a while.
Oof.
Yeah, no, he's very much like, gotcha, bitch. And it goes into detail that like he guts her, and he's like, ain't no reforging for a while for you, bitch. And I think the line was, she had plenty of time to scream.
Jesus.
Though he did get, like, when she did die, lightning directly to the mouth.
Oh yeah, like before he kind of like set the dinner table and like ripped her apart and was eating her. Like when she was like, magic bitch, she like hit him with a big ass like lightning blast. And
no, when she died, it was lightning that came directly.
Oh yeah, it fucked his mouth up.
Yeah,
it says
so it's like black scorched mouth.
But like she did fight back, but like it's a Mortark, like it's a Mortark, so that doesn't go well. So and we're getting close to the end here. So then the humans are like, oh fucking shit. So they're trying to leave, right? And they're like trying to form it up, and some people are getting left behind, and they're having a nice time on vacation, and nothing bad is happening to them when they get left behind in the ghouls. Anywho, they keep moving forward, and they kind of realize that like they're being surrounded. They don't have their lore cast anymore. Shit's not going
Did you
well.
say Lorecast?
I did. My bad. Stormcast.
We are the protectors of the realm, and that is scary.
Their Stormcast are gone. Fuck. And they're like, okay, I guess we're gonna die. I guess this is the end. But if we're gonna die, we're gonna do what we can to tell this guy to go McFuck himself. And right as they're about to do their last charge, a ghoul kind of scuttles forward, and he's like, hey, so like you helped us do a thing, the thing being betray the vampires that are in his core because they didn't want him there. And so like, common courtesy dictates that we're going to do you a solid too. So get the fuck out and never return and we won't eat you. And Thorian has this moment where she's like, I could die for Sigmar right now. Or I could take the offer, continue on our crusade, and live with the shame that I'm leaving a bunch of people here. Because like the ghoul also states like, oh, the people you left behind will definitely be cared for by our best healers. And she's like, okay, I guess I'm gonna be a good leader and like actually do the crusade. And it states that as she's leaving, she's like weeping because she's like, yeah, this has gone horribly fucking wrong. And that's how the Garen part fucking ends. There's a little extra where it says like a bunch of the Garenite crusade died when they were lost, and the other groups that were lost died. But like a decent amount of them also did find their way back through the neck, and they regrouped with a bunch of the survivors. But like, yeah, it was fucking awful. The neck sucks, and Usharon is fucking spooky.
At what point do you cancel a crusade?
Yes.
Long before this point, let me tell you what.
Okay, hold on. We were having a conversation about like Ghost Recon Breakpoint, where like Breakpoint is like the point where the mission is the group is like non-functional.
Yeah.
Is there like an actual military term?
Yes.
Like is it not devastation?
Decimation.
Decimation is like 10% of your fighting force is gone.
Yes.
What is the term for you are no longer strong enough to complete the function you were there to do?
I believe that's called failure.
There's a couple of like scenarios that's predicated around depending on what's going on, but a common one is broken arrow.
Broken arrow is
I thought that was like bomb me because we're all gonna die, but take them with me.
Yeah.
Yes, that's one of them.
Is
So
there
that
one
could be
like
similar.
is there one like above?
No.
Broken? No.
No,
So, okay,
Broken
think
Arrow's
broken
the
arrow,
worst.
but like there's no fucking F-15s coming to blow your shit smooth off. But like yeah, like at this point, like the Akshi Crusade and the Garen Crusade, there's no fucking way they're functional.
There's no more gas.
They're gonna be. They're definitely there is gas because the writers dictate there will be. So Deus Ex Machina, God wills it. But realistically, every book's been like, so Akshi Crusade got fucked, and then Akshi Crusade got fucked again.
If this was the last book, I would not be angry because it just makes sense. There's nothing else that can be done.
Yeah.
The one saving grace here about the Akshi Crusade is that at least in theory, the original High Marshal could come back.
Well, no. My point being is over the past three books, because like the Crusades weren't really involved in the first book. In book 2, 3, and 4, it's basically been the Akshi and Garen Crusade have been fucked 8 times. Every book. It's been horrible. Everyone's dying. We're losing equipment. Shit's getting fucked every time. But there just always seems to be enough, and it's like, someone needs to give me a fucking head count of how many people. It's like, realistically, there's like 3 dudes, and then it's like when you're playing Helldivers and the patrol just fucking spawns in front of you. It's like, how are we going to complete this? Oh, look, more artillery. Oh, shit, look at that. There's dudes here all of a sudden.
Yeah, this is kind of giving me similar vibes in terms of like
High elves and Total War, because they're a dying race that just
They're fucking everywhere.
they can't repopulate for some reason. How many are left? The exact amount needed to get the story done.
Oh yeah.
But that's it. It could be millions. It could be 10.
Like realistically, I can't fucking complain too much because like 40K does that too. It's like how strong is this named Ultramarine? As strong as he has to be to 1v1 the fucking Avatar of Cain. You know what I mean? Marion's Calcar, but still. Like, how fucking strong are the Flesh Terror chapters? As strong as they need to be to do stupid shit and not die. Okay, cool. How strong are the Space Wolves during the Months of Shame? Strong enough to mollywop the Grey Knights and then promptly back to being whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? Like they do that for both IPs. It's consistently stupid, but I can't rail them for doing it unless I want to rail the entire thing. And I will be on a rant for fucking days if we wanted to go down that road.
Only so many people can die before there's no one else left.
Accurate.
And
you are 100% correct.
They write this. They've written this story like there's only 5 people left.
5.
On both Crusades. on both crusades. There's like 5 or 10 people left, and we're just like, that's not a crusade. That is
How many times can you lose half your army before half of your army is too small to do anything?
It's like, how many times have you been? God, I keep forgetting.
This
it.
is no longer
not
crusade.
not devastated.
Decimated.
How many have you been decimated? 12 times. That math ain't mathin'.
Unless you have an army of like 12 million, like dog.
Like, you're no longer a crusade. You're now a really bad D&D adventure.
Yeah, like.
That's it.
And the DM fucking hates you.
Exactly.
I don't
Like,
know
this
why,
is the
but-
Curse of Strahd on steroids.
This is the Curse of Strahd, and everyone is like a level half of like Artificer, and that's it.
Yeah.
This kind of gives me like early 40k vibes with how some of the shit they wrote was more grim derp than grim dark.
It's been I mean, I can't speak for modern books because like they definitely have put a lot of effort to be better about it. But like back in the good old days, it was a pretty consistent thing that the writers did not correlate with each other at fucking all, and they were constantly contradicting each other.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't have anything to do with this Dawnbringer book, but it's more just to say that, like, the writers, it's kind of a thing that sometimes the writers are a little
today. It sounds
dumb.
like this book was written by somebody completely different than the previous book.
I mean, like,
This
I also,
is clearly pre-13th Black Crusade consolidation.
I mean, I also kind of give them a little bit of leeway because, like, Warhammer, Age of Sigmar, Fantasy, wherever you're at, there's hundreds of fucking books. I mean, the fucking Heresy is, what, 30 alone?
More. I
Like,
think.
could you imagine
I think the
trying
Heresy's
to...
almost 50.
Could you
almost,
imagine
I
being an
think.
author for any of, like, the IPs within this?
No, yeah, and don't get me wrong, like,
I give them a pass there.
I
There's
like-
a lot to fact check
yeah,
there.
I like the IPs, and, like,
Just
like,
read the other
and-
books before you start
and
reading.
this book being kind of doesn't mean like I'm making some sweeping statement that like everything is ass. It's just one of those things where it's like this could have been done better. I feel
Yeah.
like if there was like 10% more effort.
Or not done at all.
Well, I mean, I understand having to push a module forth and like having the Dawnbringer Crusade. These are 6 books and they all had their own rules and like
Yeah.
it was kind of like Arcs of Omen. Like they're like GW needs to have these to push their game forward. That's
Yeah.
how they get to buy more shit and you get new rules, play new matches.
Yeah.
It's all there to push models forward.
Yep.
But the main thing is like it's one thing if it's like this is garbage, but I don't see a way to have made this better. Versus this is garbage, and if they had applied like 10% more effort, I feel like it would have gone from to like and I can deal with it's fine. I'll take over all day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I definitely feel that.
So, closing words.
They
Wheels.
Fucking wheels.
They lost me when they took the wheels off the bus.
They took
That
the
was in
wheels
book
and
one.
they tried to take my bones.
Bones and wheels. Wheels and bones.
We'll take the bones and make wheels out of the bones.
Okay. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Have a good night, y'all.
Yeah.
We'll see y'all next time.
Next time we'll be putting that schedule later.